Hello viewer, welcome back to our lessons. We are still dealing with chapter 1 of Form 1 and we're almost towards the tail end of that chapter. In our previous lesson, we talked about the apparatus or common apparatus that are used in collection, handling and observation of specimens. And now in this lesson, we shall do something a bit different. We are going to look at the differences between plants and animals. Remember, our YouTube channel is Wilfred Momanyi Onkangi-Kiongozi, and as usual, subscribe, share everything to every person, and let us learn together. So, differences between plants and animals. I would like to give you an overview of these two organisms we are calling plants and animals. In the beginning of this chapter, our first video, we defined biology, and we said biology is the study of living organisms. And we said we have three categories of organisms that have life. The first one was plants, second one was animals, and the third category was microorganisms. And now, put the microorganisms aside a little and let us look at the differences between plants and animals. So I will advise you to come up with a small table that will show the differences. But in this, let us discuss and see maybe whether we can get a few points to have at our fingertips. Welcome and walk with me. The first difference is about color. Plants, most of them are green. So, number one, most plants are green. Being green means they have chlorophyll. So that means they are able to manufacture their own food. But animals, so we differentiate, we say while animals are non-green. So in this case, we are talking about the green coloring matter, which is chlorophyll, that is used for photosynthesis. Animals are non-green. That means they lack, animals lack chlorophyll. That is the first difference. Number two, we talk about irritability. Second, irritability is the ability of living organisms to detect changes in the environment and respond appropriately. So, how different do animals and plants respond to changes in their environment? Plants are less irritable. In other words, plants respond slowly to changes in their environment. The difference between the plants and animals, while animals respond rapidly or quickly. We can stroke this with quickly to changes in their environments. So in this case, something to note, if we say plants are less irritable, then it means animals are highly irritable. When we say highly, we mean they respond quickly to changes in the environment. Difference number three, movements. Movement and locomotion. Number three, plants move by growing. So plants have some form of movement, and this movement by growing is called localized movements. Localized in the sense that they will move but within the same locality, within the same position that they are. They will increase in size, maybe in girth, and so forth. That is movement. While animals locomote. Locomotion in animals is delocalized. Delocalized movement. In other words, they are moving from one point to another. Reasons why animals move. Reasons why animals locomote. They may locomote in search of food. They may also run away from harmful or dangerous or injurious stimulus. They may move looking for mates for reproduction to take place and so forth. So there are reasons why animals move, and in such a way that they will move from one point to another, not like plants. The next one is about growth. Number 4. Growth in plants. Growth in plants takes place in meristematic regions. Growth in plants does not take place in the whole body. It only takes place in 2 regions. Meristematic regions are the shoots and the roots. That is where, or those are the 2 regions where growth in plants takes place. While in animals, growth takes place all over the body. In other words, all the somatic cells, all the cells of the body, this one we will call it in Form 3, somatic cells. So in somatic cell growth, in animals, growth will take place in every cell, every part of the body. While in plants, it will only take place in the regions that we call meristematic regions, the shoots and the roots. Our last one is about excretion. There is a difference between how plants carry out excretion and how animals do the same. Point number 5. Plants possess simple excretory structures, while animals possess complex excretory structures and organs. Simple excretory structures, most people like referring to them as that statement as they lack complex excretory structures, while animals have complex. So what you want to avoid is negative statements. Instead of saying animals have complex excretory structures while plants do not, we should avoid negative statements. Because if you tell us plants do not have complex excretory structures or organs, what do they have? So you should struggle to tell us what exactly they have, and in this case we are saying they have simple excretory structures. Those 5 points are very important. Maybe in an exam you'll be asked 3 or 4, or even 2. You should have them at your fingertips. The first one was plants have chlorophyll. That means most of them are green, not all of them. By the way, we have plants that are not green. We call them non-green. So most of them have chlorophyll, they are green, so they manufacture their own food. While animals, all of them lack chlorophyll, and so they don't manufacture their own food. That one we shall talk about it in nutrition. We shall call the plants autotrophic, while animals heterotrophic for that reason. Number 2 was about response to stimulus. Plants are less irritable, animals are highly rapidly or respond quickly to changes in their environment. The other one was about movement. Plants move by growing. There is a problem. Some students will refer to this statement as plants do not move. Plants move. That's a negative statement which is wrong. Plants move by growing, what we are calling localized movements, while animals move by locomoting. That means from one point to another in search of food, run away from stimulus, dangerous stimulus, looking for mates and such and so forth. Number 4 was about growth. Growth takes place in meristematic regions in plants, while in animals it takes place all over the body. All the cells grow at the same time. Then finally is about having simple or complex excretory structures, and we've said plants possess simple excretory structures while animals possess complex excretory structures. So that marks the end of chapter 1. In the next chapter we shall look at chapter 2, which is classification 1. We shall introduce it, maybe define classification, and after that we shall be in a position of giving the importance of classification. Keep working with me, and every time ensure that you follow us on Wilfred Momanyi Onkangi-Kiongozi, so that we can learn and learn together. Have a good time. Thank you.